Hi there, Tony Marino talking to you again from Stage Right Professional Theater Company as we close out our 2014-15 season with one of my favorite shows of all time, a very personal and meaningful show to me, Jesus Christ Superstar. Now, Jesus Christ Superstar is a rock opera, the first rock opera, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with it and familiar with many of the themes and the greatest hits. I Don't Know How to Love Him, of course, is from that piece. It is a story about the last 7 days in the life of Christ. It literally begins right outside of Jerusalem before he comes in triumphantly to palms waving in Hosanna. And then it follows all the way up through his passion and resurrection. I'm joined here today with the man of the hour, Mr. Vince Tresco. He is playing Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar. Vince and I have known each other for a long, long time. This is actually our 5th time doing the show together. We did it a couple of times down in Pittsburgh where he wasn't Jesus, and we've done it 3 times here at Stage Right with him as Jesus. He is one of my all-time favorite guys, and he is a tremendous performer. Wait till you see him. Now I'm going to ask him a question in just a moment, but first, I had said that we had done this before. This is going on my 20th time doing this show, and most of them were done with a guy that Vince is very familiar with, Dr. Ken Gargaro, who founded Pittsburgh Musical Theater and works at Robert Morris, and he instilled in both of us this incredible respect for this piece. Wouldn't you agree? The way that he treated it. I mean, it was such a passion piece for him, and it obviously rubbed off on both of us. And it makes it such a great joy for us artistically to bring the show to life. So, Vinny, playing Jesus. Now, was it a dream role of yours as a performer?
Oh, well, from an artistic standpoint, obviously it's the role of all roles. I mean, it is the hardest role, I think, in theater. Yeah. Not only vocally, but emotionally. Mm-hmm. And there's so much poured into that when you do the part. That being said, it's humbling. Very humbling doing this part.
Indeed it is. When you listen to the album or you think Jesus Christ Superstar, it can be viewed in many different ways, but when you're inside the piece bringing these moments to life, at least the way that he and I try to do it, which is in a very realistic way, really establishing and examining the life of this amazing man. As I said in the cast in the beginning, regardless of your belief system, whatever it is, it's still this story about this guy that you cannot help but love and be amazed by. When you're doing Jesus, how do you think about it? Do you think about his journey as man? Do you think about it as Son of God? We've never talked about that part of it because it's a personal thing for an actor. How do you approach it?
Well, that's actually a good point. The character itself lends itself to so many human emotions.
Right.
And you're caught as a man trying to portray the Son of God.
Right. Which is hard.
It's pretty hard to think on that level.
Right.
But as a man in that role, you just think of how much torment and trouble he had to deal with, knowing that he was going to be tore down by the people he loved. Mm-hmm. He was going to be brutally beaten to the point where they couldn't even recognize his own body and face.
Right. So all these things are going to happen to him.
All these things put together. He knows all this. It's not just he's going to be executed by a sword, and it's going to be quick.
He understands what's coming.
He knows what's coming.
And he still does what he has to do.
Exactly.
Which is, I think, the most amazing part of the story. Now, I played Judas, and it's a role in doing the show, in directing it and bringing it to life and bringing this role to life. I hate doing things the same way twice. I'm just one of those actors and directors. So Vinny's been great in that he allows us to find new moments and new ways to tell this story.
How can you say that? How can you say that?
Your people who are hungry, people who are starving, don't they matter more than your feet and hands? You'll be lost, and you'll be so sorry when I'm gone.
It is a great story, and even Judas is as well, having to betray his best friend, having to betray someone that he loves, because in the hopes that it will help his people. Remembering that Judas is a revolutionary, which is something that Ken instilled in me, that idea of discovering that Judas.
JC,
So Jesus Christ Superstar, I want you to come see it, and it's Easter weekend, and it's perfect to come see. And you're going to see passionate performances. This entire cast is all in. We have a great cast. Alison Petrillo is our Mary Magdalene. The Tormentors are led by my amazing wife Renata, and we have Alex Noble killing it as Pilate, just absolutely killing it. His dad John Noble is there as Caiaphas, Greg Horeston as Annas, Dr. Dennis Jurs as the third priest, the mysterious third priest. What is he all about? It is a great show, and obviously one that you can tell that we both love. Your favorite moment in the show?
My favorite moment of the show is Pilate's dream. The way that you have directed that scene, he portrays Pilate, not to give too much away from what we're going to do, but he portrays Pilate's dream, and that he places Christ on stage down center.
Right.
It's this moment of solitude where I soak it in, I listen to the words, and it just melts me.
Pilate has a raw deal in this whole story as well, the poor guy, and we try to bring humanity to that as well. Jesus Christ Superstar, April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's the perfect Easter weekend treat for all of you. 724-832-7464 for tickets. Do not miss it. We have 2 shows on Saturday, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. We hope to see you there. Happy Easter, and please come enjoy the greatest story ever told, Jesus Christ Superstar.